That's simply a fact.
But those funds are coming from a different federal fund, not from disaster relief, just to be clear.
Kristen Welker over at the televised mental institution known as MSNBC had Senator Tom Cotton on, and she was going after him for lying. She says he's lying, that FEMA's using funds that should be allocated to hurricanes and things of that nature, that they've used it on illegal immigrants. Just watch this.
Kristen, again, you have Governor Kemp who said that the response has been lacking. I understand the Democratic governor of North Carolina is going to praise Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in the middle of an election season. But the simple fact is, we're more than a week on. We're still not conducting recovery operations. They're still engaged in rescue operations because Kamala Harris and Joe Biden were slow to answer the bell here. They were slow-footed and they were overmatched by events. You even had the Secretary of Homeland Security saying there's not enough money left in the fund. So it is the case that the administration itself, the secretary who oversees FEMA, said there's not enough money left in the fund, and they have been spending billions of dollars for the last 4 years to move migrants from our border, to put them up in hotels and give them room service and maids. That's simply a fact.
But those funds are coming from a different federal fund, not from disaster relief, just to be clear. And what DHS Secretary Mayorkas said is that it has the money it needs for now, but not necessarily through the end of the year for future hurricanes. So there is a discussion about more funding. You're right about that. But look, Henry McMaster, the Republican governor of South Carolina, said federal assistance has been superb. Glenn Youngkin said he's incredibly appreciative of the rapid response. And again, Brian Kemp on Monday, at least in part, said we got what we need, while also saying, yes, there are some more things that we would like to see here in the state. My broader question to you, I think, is about this misinformation. Do you think this is a time to put falsehoods aside, like the idea that FEMA funds are being redirected to migrants, which is just not true?
Well, it is true that FEMA and the Department of Homeland Security have been spending billions of dollars on migrants. Now, I understand some people say they're separate funds, but we just passed a short-term spending bill. It's very common for the administration to come and ask for permission to move money between funds, especially to prepare for emergencies. And second, I would note that this administration seems to have no problem finding money when they want to spend it on their priorities. When they need hundreds of billions of dollars to pay off student loans for graduate students in gender studies programs, they somehow find it. When it's trying to get helicopters to deliver food and water and cellular service and life-saving medicine into these mountain valleys, they somehow can't seem to find the money.
Okay, so of course everything Tom Cotton said there was true. And Kristen Welker, I'll even talk like you with my pen in my hand like this about misinformation, because you're claiming basically that we are not giving money, that FEMA is not giving money to illegals. And yes, we can get in the weeds on when they did it or why they did it. But Connor, do we have a screenshot of them doing that exact? Yeah, we do. Right here, this is from the FEMA website, and you can see, guys, there's a lot of millions, hundreds of millions. The Shelter and Services Program is administered by FEMA in partnership with the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Service, which provides financial support to non-federal entities to provide humanitarian services to non-citizen migrants, blah, 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 blah. But Kristen Welker, she goes up there and she claims that you guys are the ones spreading misinformation. It is just an endless river of BS that's going on over there.